Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be attempting to show you guys how to start a fire in the rain. I know what you're thinking. What kind of an idiot tries to start a fire in the rain? That doesn't go together. And you're right. So I don't know why I'm trying to do this, honestly. But this kind gentleman asked me to do so. Your ask is my command. So I gotta get out there. I gotta try to start a fire in this rain. And also, it doesn't look like it's raining because I'm under some cedar trees. So like it's pretty nice out, at least under the cedar trees. But it's coming down pretty hard over here. Everything should be soaked. It should be extremely difficult to start a fire. And I'm gonna go try to start a fire. So I'm going to go and execute step one of getting a fire started. All right, step one complete. Step one here is to find a place that actually is dry. Now that's gonna be kind of hard to do, but everywhere, usually it doesn't matter where you are, you will be able to find at least one place that is dry and has been sheltered out of the rain. The reason for this is because this is where you either want to start your fire, or this is where you want to keep all your dry firewood until it's time to start your fire. And it looks like I found it. As you can see, I am underneath a ginormous cottonwood tree that fell over. I mean, this thing's huge. But the more important thing is come over here. See how dry this is? All this, bone dry. A lot of rat turds in there, but that's besides the point. This is important because this means that if I do get dry tinder, I can put it underneath this and I will know that it will stay dry. The hardest part about fires in the rain is getting them started. Once you get them started, it's pretty easy to keep them going as long as it's not raining super hard. However, this does mean that we do have to find tinder to actually use. In conditions like these, where it's been raining for so long and it still is raining, it's gonna be nearly impossible to find dry tinder or dry wood on the ground. Now, you can't just go look at it under any old tree. That won't work. What you need to do is find an evergreen tree. It could be pines, it could be cedars, junipers, it doesn't really matter. Like, as long as it's an evergreen, it's probably pretty dry at the base. What I've got here is a cedar tree. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna find some branches that are dry and can be used for a fire. This guy, come here. He's a little green. Let's take a look at him. You know what? He might work. Here's like an actual piece of another tree that fell, a branch from another tree that fell and landed in this tree, this cedar. He's not like completely dry, but he'll work. Okay, so I'm sure you get the gist of what I'm doing. I'm really just going around finding the driest twigs that I can underneath this tree. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get me a good stack of twigs going, and I'm gonna go deposit them under my cottonwood that keeps the ground nice and dry over there. We got a little pile. We're just gonna put them right there. Dude, I'm just gonna come in here and grab as much of these drier spots of cedar bark as possible. So it's slowed down raining quite a bit now. If you're wondering why my clothes are dry, it's because I had to go back inside. Let's just say if you saw what step one of building a fire was, I had to go have a step two. But that's not gonna stop me from getting this done. It's snowing. It's now snowing. This is amazing. It is snowing in April. I love the Midwest. What we're gonna do now is I'm gonna show you guys another technique you can do to get to dry wood when it's been raining, or I guess now snowing out. Let's get after it. So this is now when we get to use the axe. I'm going to go ahead and chop this off here than here, just for now. Here she is. What we're looking at here is, you can see the outside of this log is soaked, right? We don't want, that won't burn. But the heartwood is still extremely dry. This one isn't actually terrible, but you can see that that first, whatever that is, 1/4 inch of wood is wet. But you can see the inside here, the bulk of the inside is still dry. See, now by doing that, what we got is a nice dry piece of wood, and this should start right up. All right, it's a little dirty, but you get the point. This isn't a lot of wood, but you guys should get the point of the message I'm trying to show you. Okay, my last tip for you guys is that you should be starting your fire on something that's dry. You can see this is a big piece of bark that fell off that tree, but it stayed very, very dry. This is why you always bring 2 lighters. The cedar bark might just be too wet. It's just not going how it should be going. Spontaneously catch fire. I like the sound of that. I don't know how fast this is gonna catch fire. So I'm gonna use this one. Oh, there we go. That does not look like the right kind of smoke. That's going to burn for a long time. I can already tell. There you have it. That's my best tip for starting a fire in the rain. See, we got a pretty good fire going right here. I did need a little bit of help, but you know what? That's okay. Some of the key takeaways, might as well mention them while this fire is still going here. Get dry wood, look under trees, find evergreens, find a good place to stash your wood, and then find a dry surface to start your fire on. And I guess have a leather glove soaked in water locks, and you can get a fire started just like this one. Fire's dying out, so I think it's about time to head back inside. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and check out some of our other videos and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.